Guys, it's just one of those nights. I had a dog versus charger versus battery. His faulty ass unplugged the charger. I didn't realize it. And then I also have that at such distance that I couldn't tell it was going dead. And then stuff got off here. And I didn't quite make it back on in time to keep the other one from ending. So there you go. There, 'tis the season. There. Rock of my world. Nope. No. Somebody's driving somebody crazy. This is a boof situation. Lord, there are very few things in this life as happy as a dog. Alright, even at one end. Alright, So we're going to try this again for the 412th time tonight. Moving on. Alright.
Traffic, trying to. They've never had an abduction off a beach group before. Lately, we haven't had zero. We've had zero traffic here lately.
It's slowed down. Well, ever since summer, yeah.
Once again, like in the video that goes this one, and like I was saying, obviously, Olive's still, you have to have like ID again. What do you mean? And of course, who the fuck is gonna come in a row that detectives still on it? I mean, yeah. That shit.
Yeah, there's been nothing since then.
So so your road, is it, I mean, I just see like, the clips I've seen on the news, and it looks like you live in the country.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so how many neighbors do you guys have?
Well, it's hard to see them, with all the trees and everything, but we got neighbors, all around us, really. I mean,
but you can't see them from your house.
I mean, we got John who lives in a trailer about
just
500 yards away. Our neighbors about 250 yards away.
Everybody is really spread out.
But a lot of these guys are really good people.
Right.
They've never had an abduction off a beach group before.
And I'm sure they've interviewed all the neighbors and everything, and all the. There was several sex offenders in the area. True, correct?
Yeah. They checked all those out and everything. Yeah, and we put a lot of pressure on the drug traffic, trying to get names of everybody who's been through there and stuff like that. And
yeah.
So, and as far as we can tell, it's none of them.
Right. Okay, so I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. So let's go back to the 15th. We've interviewed all the neighbors and everything, and all the. There was several sex offenders in the area. True, correct?
Yeah. They checked all those out and everything.
So they interviewed all the neighbors, including Fred and everybody. Okay.
Yeah, and we put a lot of pressure on the drug traffic, trying to get names of everybody who's been through there and stuff like that. And
yeah.
So, and as far as we can tell, it's none of them.
Right. Okay, so
it was all the neighbors been questioned, even the drug traffic and all those people, even by July 3rd, as far as could be told, it wasn't none of them either. But yet, ain't that strange? Ain't that fucking strange? Weird, huh?
I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. So let's go back to the 15th. Because I really, and that's the thing I want to let everybody that's listening know, is that I want to keep this about summer, and I know you want to keep this about summer.
Absolutely.
And I just want to get the, whatever you can clear up about that day is awesome. So, so Candace realizes, oh my gosh, summer's gone. She calls you, freaking out.
Yes.
And what did she say? I can't find it.
She says, I can't find Summer. I says, okay, hang up from me and call 911. So she did that. She had to go get her mom's phone because we live in the country. And so when she hung up, I called 911 and they transferred me to Hawkins County. And I threw the rest of my tools in the car, and I beat all the police there for about 45 minutes away. I probably made it.
You got there first.
Yes.
And when you got there, what was going on?
When I got home, I drove to the bottom property and drove all the way to the bottom of the creek, first thing. And I seen my sons out looking everywhere, and my neighbor, and my heart dropped. I knew right then she was abducted. I knew it. And then when the cops started showing up, everything, I tried telling them that, but they weren't listening to me. And the whole roads got blocked up, driveways, everything got blocked up.
You couldn't even leave. You
couldn't leave, couldn't do nothing. And they weren't listening. I tried to tell them that she was abducted. And they
were they honing in on you at that
they
point?
started,
Yeah.
searching and me and my wife and searching the area and started going out on foot everywhere, stuff like that. But
it must have all like happened so fast for you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I cut you off. I'm sorry about that.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I just have so many questions running through my head just of everything that I've read and seen.
Yeah.
So you get home and it's just probably utter chaos.
It really was.
And then everything just the authorities come in and it's just boom, they're all in your house. So they start searching your house immediately.
Yeah.
And they're in there like CSI style.
Well, they come in, I think the next day, CSI and collecting all sorts of evidence and stuff, tearing the house apart, looking for stuff and everything, like a criminal investigation, which, that's fine. That's fine, they're going to do that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, definitely. They bagged up a lot of her clothes. I think the second or third day they started bagging up all her clothes and anything that's all kind of stuff.
So sad. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, it's just part of it,
Yeah, but it shouldn't be anything that ever happens to any.
One of the parts that was really eerie to me is one of the officers said that there was a yellow car 4-door that was just flying out of the area that he passed, and he said he couldn't turn around because he had to go to call. He was
getting called to your house for a missing.
So he couldn't turn around and go after this person, and she could have very well been in that vehicle.
Holy smokes!
Because he was really flying.
So he made mention of that, so that could possibly be
another officer, and I heard it or whatever, and that just has been haunting me ever since. The yellow 4-door cars and so I don't know.
Wow.
Yes.
Do you live on a dirt road or is it paved?
Well, no, our driveway is dirt up our driveway with it goes around the house,
Oh yeah, because you guys are set back from the road.
Yeah, Ben Hill Road is paved, but it's a dead end road. But yeah, our driveway is dirt, gravel, so.
So did this cop say anything about like whereabouts the car was?
It was headed down Beach Creek Road towards Rogersville, I believe.
And that's pretty close to your place.
Well,
or not?
Beach Creek Road's a pretty long road. But I'd say, I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, would it have been like 10 minutes or,
Yeah, I don't know for sure on that, where it was at.
Oh, where it was at on that road.
Yeah,
that's
I don't
insane.
know.
Have you asked them about that again?
No, they're not talking.
They're not giving you any info.
And if you try to talk to one of them guys, usually it's like, well, I'm just a little guy. They don't tell me nothing. They're all tight-lipped about everything.
Yeah, and they the road.
Yeah, Ben Hill Road just has been haunting me.
Now wait. So even by July 3rd, so and later on he does say that they said that car was okay.
But he
was getting called to your house for a missing.
So he couldn't turn around and go after this person, and she could have very well been in that vehicle.
Holy smokes!
Because he was really flying.
So he made mention of that, so that could possibly be
another officer, and I heard it or whatever, and that just has been haunting me ever since. The yellow 4-door cars and so I don't know.
Wow.
Yes.
Do you live on a dirt road or is it paved?
Well, no, our driveway is dirt up our driveway with a.
what's interesting, didn't he also twist it at one point to say he had seen the yellow carts flying? And then the officer didn't hear some shit.
We have it goes around the house, you know.
Oh yeah, because you guys are set back from the road.
Yeah, Ben Hill Road is paved, but it's a dead end road. But, yeah, our driveway is dirt, gravel, and so.
So did this cop say anything about like whereabouts the car was?
It was headed down Beach Creek Road towards Rogersville, I believe.
And that's pretty close to your place.
Well,
Or not?
Beach Creek Road's a pretty long road. But I'd say, you know, I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, would it have been like 10 minutes or, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know for sure on that, where it was at.
Oh, where it was at on that road.
Yeah,
that's
I don't
insane.
know.
Have you asked them about that again?
No, they're not talking.
They're not giving you any info.
And if you try to talk to one of them guys, usually it's like, well, I'm just a little guy. They don't tell me nothing. They're all tight-lipped about everything.
Yeah, and they have to be. They have to be, and I get it too.
Yeah,
but for you, it's got to be super frustrating.
Goddamn, do you all ever shut up when you're talking to them and not? Over talk the fuck out of it? Like, do you motherfuckers ever shut up and listen? No, half the time I know certain creators do it on fucking purpose. You know, it's a technique around here on these streets, but damn, y'all just ever ask a question and wait for a full and complete response, and just shut the fuck up and not give your whatever the fuck over whatever somebody you're actually talking to on one of these active. And do y'all ever do that? I'm asking for a goddamn friend. Have you ever watched a real news reporter, a journalist, an investigative one with credentials? I mean, I know y'all rarely slow down or watch the fucking news pieces or all of them, and you only watch what the fuck you want that fits whatever narrative y'all are pumping out at the time. God damn, at this point, y'all have had to see real journalists, right? Like a Barbara Walters interview, a fucking 2020, an ID special, anything? Any of you fuck sticks? I'm gonna hazard a bet more of your shit could be helpful. Or used in court settings or law settings, if you'd knock it the fuck off and at least pretend to conduct a real goddamn interview in the right way. That's just all I'm saying. Holy shit.
Yeah, for sure.
To not know if minutes or, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know for sure on that, where it was at.
Oh, where it was at on that road.
Yeah,
that's
I don't
insane.
know.
Have you asked them about that again?
No, they're not talking.
They're not giving you any info.
And if you try to talk to one of them guys, usually it's like, well, I'm just a little guy. They don't tell me nothing. They're all tight-lipped about everything.
Yeah, and they have to be. They have to be, and I get it too.
I mean, you're really talking to the parents of a missed child, and they're like, hey, police aren't giving us any information. And then you decide that the response to all it is just to be like, well, they had to be as they're talking, and that could be pertinent to anything. And nah, fuck it. Right? Seriously? My God.
Yeah,
but for you, it's got to be super frustrating.
Yeah, for sure.
To not know if they know anything, and they can't share it with you, you know.
Right.
So they immediately start this massive search. Like immediately, it was like because of you guys live in the mountains. It's
it was kind of cold that night, so they were concerned about her being out there by herself.
Oh yeah,
which I understand, and I thought at the time, well, maybe somebody abducted her and took her off in the woods, you know. So yeah, we had to search, you know, but.
ProPlan is always advancing with game-changing formulas that promote mental sharpness.
But
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be like the
But-
first thing you would think is that either
Yeah.
someone took her out there or she wandered off.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think she wanted it, but yeah, somebody could have been on foot too. You know, that's a
Correct.
possibility.
Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
anything's possible at this point.
Yeah.
And, that's why I want to keep the focus on Summer,
Right.
and off of the rumors about you and your wife and, whatever past you have in your past has nothing to do with why we're here right now.
Who the fuck is she to say that? How would she know that? But there she is telling it to the world, right? Interesting. In this chat, I did notice TM was present too. A few others. Just took note. Interesting.
Right.
And I want you to know you have a lot of support behind you.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody too.
Yeah, and I want to give you an opportunity to address everyone who's given you so much support and made you feel, better.
Just thank you very much. It really helps a lot when there's so much negativity. I get that kind word here and there that just, that's awesome. It really is. It helps a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you need that. You need to know that people are behind you.
Yeah.
Because you gotta feel pretty alone. But you have your church family, correct? Everyone in your church is backing you up and they're supporting you.
Yeah, they were alive. They have cameras for the church, but they had to cut that off. I'm going to try to encourage them just to go ahead. I think we're hopefully okay now that we can go back to live because it's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. So Grandpa, you have your church family, correct? Everyone in your church is backing you up and they're supporting you.
Yeah, they were alive. They have cameras for the church, but they had to cut that off. I'm going to try to encourage them just to go ahead. I think we're hopefully okay now that we can go back to live because it's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay.
Don's gonna encourage them to turn the cameras back on and do their live streams out with services, probably so the whole world could see Don at church. Mostly, right?
Okay, so Grandma, that's Candace's mother.
Right.
Does she live with y'all?
And that way the whole world, including YouTube, they're already doxing everybody else too, everywhere. Could see all the people coming and going, and their children, and find and torment the shit out of them too, because it wouldn't matter as long as Don could be seen in church by the world. The mask was walked down. Okay. Fuck everybody else's safety, and their children's safety, and predators out there and weirdos and shit presenting a danger to your church family, watching them live. I mean, who cares, bro, as long as they get to see Don live.
She's got a little trailer we pulled up there for her.
Oh, okay.
To go ahead. I think we're hopefully okay now that we can go back to live because it's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so Grandma, that's Candace's mother.
Yeah. Right.
Does she live with y'all?
She's got a little trailer we pulled up there for her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, about
It's like the mother-in-law suite there at the Wells.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so she lives there on the property with you guys.
Yes.
And everyone wants to know why Grandma hasn't spoken out.
Well, because of all the negative media stuff that is happening in this case is what she went through with her daughter when she came up missing 11 years ago.
So this is probably very triggering and for her.
Yeah, she's already lost one daughter, now she's lost her granddaughter the same exact way. except for this was in Wisconsin.
That is
The same exact way. Dawn says she's lost a daughter and now granddaughter in the same exact way. Well, that's odd. That's odd. I mean, other than what looks to be some sort of controlled or foul play. But then there was that portion where Grandis supposedly, allegedly said that, and others, that Rose had fallen off a horse a week or so prior, hit her head, and they're worried, in Rose's case, that she had just wandered off, despite there being a car in a parking lot 30 fucking miles away, and left in a trucker parking lot, seemingly over county lines, so that take it a bit, and, it's fine. Makes perfect sense. Okay. So absurdly enough, at one point people believe or say that despite evidence that Rose had wandered off, but without searching property or knowing on June 15th they were certain Summer was kidnapped. But yet there's no car parked in the parking lot, no real evidence, whatever, and no searching. But they're certain Summer was abducted. But yet Rose at one point, even like I think a month into hers in like August or September, she was anyway. Within a month, there's statements. Grandis talking about the horse and the head injuries, and at one point, Grandis is like, "Well, there's possibility Rose hit it, and she's wandered off." But yet, by that point, they had found the car clearly in the parking lot 30 miles away, cross county lines, makes hard to find. No real evidence trace, however, at the time. To me, that speaks of time, controlled targeting, definite foul play, non-instant, like, spur of the moment, oh shit thing. Like something a little planned. But Don's saying, and say all they both disappeared. He said, and saying
happening in this case.
the mother-in-law suite there at the Wells.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so she lives there on the property with you guys.
Yes.
And everyone wants to know why Grandma hasn't spoken out.
Well, because of all the negative media stuff that's happening in this case is what she went through with her daughter when she came up missing 11 years ago.
So this is probably very triggering and for her.
Yeah, she's already lost one daughter, now she's lost her granddaughter the same exact way, except for this was in Wisconsin.
So he didn't say she had a daughter vanished, now granddaughter. He said in the exact same way. And they're not exact or the same in the least. Although do remember days prior to this, Candace and Dawn do the interview together. Candace is like, I don't know what happened. I was nowhere near. I was between Arkansas and Tennessee then. I still don't even know what all happened. Dawn's like, I don't know what happened. Blah, blah, blah. But none of this. I don't know. And if you've seen, like I did, the scrapbooks, and had Grandis sitting there going through them with you, none of those clippings, anything else ever blamed Grandis or really family members at all. I could see him being hounded by media, but Grandis was always open and available to talk to newspapers, the media, journalists, even up until this, she was, is, etc. And she speaks to them entirely differently than she does here about Summer. There's a marked difference in interactions and everything between both and those around. And everything I've ever seen on Rose, it wasn't them calling all of anything. Plus, tech was far different at that point, too. Um, these realms weren't exactly like this. This extreme true crime junkie going real life on shit behavior only started this screen as working since What's Forward, etc. No, no.
That is just I have no words.
Right. Yeah. So this is a serious problem in our country. I mean, I guess Mexico's probably worse with this issue, but it shouldn't happen in the United States. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the statistics that you told me you looked up are scary.
Yeah.
What's worse than fucking Mexico? Why does this always end up with some? And earlier in this, he had said, "Shut up."
Yeah. 15 abductions since Summer's been missing and 250 since 2020 in the Tri-Cities area in eastern Tennessee.
One is too many, but yeah. I mean,
sorry, I had another epiphany.
It is. Yeah, I mean, the statistics that you told me you looked up are scary.
Yeah, 15 abductions since Summer's been missing, and 250 since 2020 here in the Tri-Cities area.
And most of those are familial or custody based. Are found almost immediately. And despite communities like this making the world think differently, like every one of those has been like a QAnon Wayfair, Prince Charles, something other, whatever, black market organ sales, cartel, I don't know. Whatever, right? Whatever.
Eastern Tennessee.
One is too many, but yeah. I mean, it is. And you know, I just want you to know that all of us are behind you guys and Summer.
Appreciate that.
Summer. Sure. I'm trying to think if I had another question for you.
I just wish there was a way we could pull together or convince the military or something to convince in and try to find all these kids.
I know
it's crazy. It's
I know
absolutely insane.
I talked to a lady that lives in Texas that runs like a human trafficking group where they rescue these girls.
Really?
They're they're part of like a sting, and then they get these girls and get them back and, you know, take them to the doctor and try to find their families. It's crazy. And the stories is heartbreaking.
Wow.
It doesn't even sound like something that could happen in America, but it does.
Yeah. Yeah. Crime's getting worse for sure in so many ways. And so.
Actually, crime stats are down. They've been on the decline. You know what? Fuck it. You can't tell this place for people. Since QAnon, it's just like fucking real information should die in the fucking dark. I give up. I give a fuck.
You know, drugs, meth, and just keep coming.
Oh my god, give it up already. And honestly, those stats, I mean, everybody is under this impression in like they're talking the Tri-Cities area. Look, we have a larger population than where TM and all them look like in the towns they live in. Everybody has this impression like it's dumb fuckville, Barney Fifeville, and there's just like 3 people that live here or something. And the entire Tri-Cities region itself, and the population in it, is not small. Yes, there are places in the middle of nowhere, but we actually are pretty large. We have a large population split in the Tri-Cities. Like, but you can't make these people see trees and they're like, oh my god. I don't know what the hell's wrong, but whatever. But if you compared population density of the area, time length, etc., versus, you know, it's probably lower than everywhere else as far as stats go. I mean, it's like whatever.
Across the border like nothing, but in the open border
Group where they rescue these girls.
really.
They're part. Yeah, they're part of like a sting, and then they get these girls and get them back, and take them to the doctor and try to find their families. It's crazy, and the stories is heartbreaking.
Wow.
It doesn't even sound like something that should.
You see, half of you all are responsible for the dumb shit that then popped out of these dumb shits' mouths in real time here, and then gave them the shit to run with, and the goofy fucking QAnon bullshit. Right? Y'all are the ones that fucking did half of that shit, despite their extreme usage of YouTube apparently long before, but y'all are the ones that fed them half the shit. And I know that to be true because I watched the first days as we didn't really know what was going on, but then you can put pieces together, as you're going along and see that those like Squall and the rest of you all were implanting false suspects, throwing shit at people, and you were doing it through CND, and then they were throwing it in real time back in Summer's case. And it's you motherfuckers that were helping them do it. And they're getting these wild shits that they're still on about. It was you dipshits. And your woo-woo fucking, oh my god, everybody's being kidnapped every 2 seconds. And what about this guy in your community? What about this guy? What about this one, though? You've clearly said they already checked out. What about this? And then they were more than happy to help that. See, it's speaking of parasites, bro, weavers, and people who have content to feed out to a vast audience of suburban brain rot Karens who want to believe that this shit's happening every 2 seconds, and they literally lust to dream of being victims, and they think one day they're going to be whatever. I mean, like, and feed on this true crime shit. And creating that terror and the idea that all this shit's happening just continually, and the world's this giant, dangerous fucking place, and every time everybody turns a corner, whatever, somebody's gonna pop out and do whatever. And like, man, y'all did this together. Y'all suck.
It could happen in America, but it does.
Yeah. Yeah, crime's getting worse for sure in so many ways, and so drugs, meth, and just keeps coming across the border like nothing. But in the open borders, I don't know for sure, but when I went to Mexico, they didn't even check you going to Mexico.
Right.
Coming back, yeah, but going across to Mexico, they didn't check you at all. I don't even see why they'd stop anybody from going across the border. The people, they'll stop you from swimming across the Rio Grande, but you go swim.
What? And then, like, does it ever bother to ask? Do you think he was going there on, like, I don't know, family vacation to Mexico or anything? I wonder why he was going to Mexico. What part of Mexico? Mexico's like a whole country. Parts of Mexico definitely matter. What part were you visiting him on? And he's like, yeah, they don't stop you and search and do whatever on your way in. Alright, bro.
We go out to Mexico, they don't have no. I don't even see why they'd stop anybody from going across. Wow.
It doesn't even sound like something that could happen in America, but it does.
Yeah. Yeah, crime's getting worse for sure in so many ways, and so drugs, meth, and just keep coming across the border like nothing. But in the open borders, I don't know for sure, but when I went to Mexico, they didn't even check you going to Mexico.
Right.
Coming back, yeah, but going across to Mexico, they didn't check you at all. I don't even see why they'd stop anybody from going across the border. The people, they'll stop you from swimming across the Rio Grande, but
and he doesn't even understand. Now, a second ago, he was super hella concerned about trafficking to Mexico, and girls and whatever. But now he's like, I don't even see why they stop anybody from crossing over the border into Mexico, but they'll stop you from swimming the Rio Grande. Like, bro, if you're worried about trafficking, you'd want them to be stopped going in and out and searched to make sure they're not transporting or trafficking. I don't know, the trafficking victims you were worrying about a second ago, but now you don't see why they'd stop people on the way and search them. They didn't when you were there for, I guess, nice family holidays or something. Shit, we don't know. We don't know. Nobody knows why you're in Mexico. Go on. So, okay.
swimming Rio Grande to Mexico, they don't have no reason to stop you for that.
Right.
Yeah, you take a bunch of kids and start across that river, and young kids are gone.
I know, it's disgusting. It's disgusting.
What?
Because our children are our innocents,
Yeah. I wish the military would stop it.
I've never once in my life, never, ever heard that they traffic anyone from the U.S. across the border and make children swim the river. Now, in order to get here and to get to a better life, yet people around the day every day trying to make it and across their river. But you know what? I just fucking.
Somehow it's just. I wish I had somebody to talk to about that, the higher ups or anything. I feel like Trump might do something about it. Swimming across the Rio Grande, but you go swimming the Rio Grande to Mexico, they don't have no reason to stop you for that. Right. Yeah, you take a bunch of kids and start across that river, and young kids are gone. I know, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. It really because our children are our innocents, Yeah. I wish the military would step in somehow. It's just, I wish I had somebody to talk to about that, the higher ups or anything. I feel like Trump might do something about it if he was in office. Yeah, oh boy, that's going to start.
The higher, he's already, wish I had somebody to talk to about that. The higher ups. They have a problem with that word and who they use it for and at what times. Whatever.
Some controversy there.
Well,
We
I'm
start-
sure.
But shoot, I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
No, you're absolutely fine. You're absolutely fine. That's what happens when I start reading the live chat. I can't read that and talk. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'll bet.
It's too much. But I wanted to ask about the boys. How I know you've got them out swimming today and trying to keep things as normal as possible. What are their ages? And
13. How old are you? What? 11, and how old's Waylon? 9.
Oh, wow.
On birthdays. So.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
So how are
Oh my God. Oh, I didn't expect that. God damn. Man, I've never had to turn to my kids and ask how old they were. And I've damn sure never had to turn to one of my children and ask how old the other was. And boy, there's no Stones Water Park back against there. And to be that close, they definitely were not off. They were right there with them. And I bet you, see if keep, and then shoot. And this was late night.
they holding up? And boys, how I know you've got them out swimming today and trying to keep things as normal as possible. What are their ages? And
13. How old are you? What? 11, and how old's Waylon? 9.
Oh, wow.
On birthdays. So.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
So how are they holding up? And what
They're
are they?
doing okay. Let them stop a minute and think about summer. They're upset about that, but they can go a lot further longer than I can without thinking about it. But they seem to be doing fine, especially the youngest one.
I mean, are they? Yeah, and they didn't hear anything. So that was another question. When Candace went inside, I'm sure she went to the.
Now he says July 3rd, they're doing fine. They're doing far better now. But on the WJHL interview, Candace is like, they're waking up crying. They're all night. They miss their sister. Don's like, they're fun. And he maintained it for the most part for nights, depending on who he was talking to. And what? It's whatever they want to say to whoever they want to say. They want.
Boys and said, "Where's Summer?" And they said she's playing downstairs. Did I'm sure the boys were interviewed by police and all that.
Yeah, they took them to specialists because you can't just interview kids. So
right.
Had to take them clear to some specialist somewhere to be interviewed.
Right.
You have to do it a certain way.
Right. And I just want to make note that the boys are in yours and Candace's custody at your home now.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Unless the threats continue and get worse. Yeah.
The threats? What do you mean?
There's been lots of threats. So people are going to come up here and gonna beat the truth out of us and all kind of other stuff. And we've had people come up one night with flashlights, and we had to call the police. And I don't know, just stuff like that.
No. I was a neighbor out looking for raccoons, dipshit. Anyway. Yeah, for right now, unless the threats continue to get worse. This is July 3rd. It's interesting. Rebuild. But then shit goes down to tests. Was gone. After the vigil, shit tweaking shit, busted bubbles. And he says that is his fault for taking pills. But there's something that already gives him the impression that something's not done. So they won't be that much longer. There's no way. Not that much. Wanted to get out of it, wanted to go ahead and preemptively blame. Like he did with the DCS shit before it come down. He was already just like Monster does. He was putting shit out there, laying the path for
Both the people put on.
What are the police doing about those type of things?
The FBI warned them on Facebook that something, I can't remember, but all this, I don't remember. But there's one guy, he said he was being real threatening to me, and I said, well, I'll make sure I let the FBI know about what you're saying. I told him, if you don't stop, I'm going to the FBI. Give him that chance.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't heard nothing since. So
you're really, really, really fair to, considering the situation. You're being very fair. So do you feel like the authorities are, protecting you guys from that kind of stuff? Like they're I don't know how I want to word it, not protecting you, but like if you have something like that happen, do you feel like they're taking you serious?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think they are.
You feel respected by them?
Yeah, they've been, the FBI and all of them has been really great, to be honest with you. There's been a couple guys of them police that probably think that I'm guilty somehow, or that I don't know, I just get bad vibes from them, but they've been professional, and some of them's been really, really cool. Very cool.
Right. I mean, there's always bad seeds in every bunch.
Absolutely.
But I mean, just for the most part, you feel like everything's going.
But you know what? I just can't.
That's something, I can't remember, but all this, I don't remember, but there's one guy, he said he was being real threatening to me, and I said, well, I'll make sure I let the FBI know about what you're saying. I told him, if you don't stop, I'm going to the FBI. Give him that chance.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't heard nothing since. So
you're really, really, really fair to,
yeah.
considering the situation, you're being very fair. So do you feel like the authorities are, protecting you guys from that kind of stuff? Like they're, I don't know how I want to word it, not protecting you, but like if you have something like that happen, do you feel like they're taking you serious?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think they are.
You feel respected by
well,
them?
yeah, they've been, the FBI and all that has been really great, to be honest with you. There's been a couple guys of them police that probably think that I'm guilty somehow, or that I don't know, I just get bad vibes from them. But they've been professional, and some of them's been really, really cool. Very cool.
Right. I mean, there's always bad seeds in every bunch,
Right. Absolutely.
But I mean, just for the most part, you feel like everything's going like it should be.
Yeah, they've been more than really good to us, yes. And I've probably been unfair because I've said some bad things because I'm upset, just like everybody in the movie was upset. I've said bad things that I don't really mean.
Sure.
Just because I'm frustrated,
Understandable.
Yeah.
Don, your little girl's missing. I mean, you get a free pass to be an ass every now and then, okay? You really do. You really do. And I want to go back to just real quick, I'm going to let you go in just a minute because I know you're busy with your family. But I just wanted to ask about the polygraphs because we didn't talk about that yet.
Right.
So you and Candace both took polygraphs. Just one?
Yeah. Well, I hadn't slept for like 2 days, couldn't sleep. And so when I got around to doing my polygraph, which I agreed to do, I kept falling asleep, so I couldn't. They told me to go home, get some sleep. So I went home and I tried my best to get sleep. So the next day I took it and passed. And then they got Candace in there, and her nerves and everything's so bad, she just couldn't do it at all. So they gave her like 4 or 5 days to come back and do her polygraph test, and she passed.
So you guys you had to come back because you weren't feeling well, you were falling asleep. Obviously they're not going to get an accurate result. So I wouldn't really call that you completed one. You really completed just one, not 2.
Well, I couldn't complete the one.
Right.
So I completed the second one, yes. Yes.
So you were nodding off during it because you were
right. Yes, that's right.
So people have said that she failed one, that Candace failed one and then took a second.
No, it's just that she couldn't, she didn't fail it, she just couldn't do it. She's just so upset, Some of them questions, that they ask you just brings back, first, if you can get somewhere off your mind for just 2 seconds, which is impossible, but some questions, bring it all back and you lose it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're taking polygraphs in a day or 2 of your daughter missing. You're like, oh, if you can get some off your mind for like 10 seconds, but then some of those questions bring it all right back to you. Bitch, it less than 24 hours. You shouldn't be like, I need time without thinking about my missing daughter, and it really brings it crashing home to you. And that's why you're so simple. That makes no fucking sense. And by this point, you're looking at 20-some days. It still wouldn't even make sense at 20-some days she said some shit like that. Okay. It wouldn't make sense if you said some shit like that today.
Would you hurt? Have you done something with your little girl, or what? Just questions. They have to ask. Did you hurt your little girl or whatever? But I don't know.
So you guys both were told that you passed them.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah, no problem.
And the investigators have come back a few times, you said, to search the house,
Yes.
and took some of Summer's things. One last question for you
Okay.
before I let you go.
Right.
Do you think that Summer would have gone off with someone willingly? Just being innocent, social little Summer?
I don't know now if maybe some of our church members, some of them, like, I mean, yeah, I mean, she might go up to them and say hi because she loves them so much, but I know they would never.
Yeah, I mean, I think any child has an innocence about them, and that's why, this back in the 80s when I was growing up, it was.
So he can't think of anybody else in his world that Summer would go with willingly, other than church members. But the church members would never do any such thing. And yet, they throw.
Can you help me find my puppy?
Yeah.
Because no innocent little child is going to say no.
Right.
No,
I mean, that's possible.
Quit giving these people fucking scenarios. What if I had a puppy? No innocent little child's going to say no to help me find my puppy. Why do you people do that? Why do you throw shit like that in there where it don't need to be? What the hell?
Well, I mean,
you're supposed to be interviewing, not giving these fuck sticks more bullshit. What the fuck is wrong with you? Or coming up this dramatic. Never mind. Never mind. I answered my own goddamn question. That's what y'all hear about. Drama sells. Oh, add in shit, fling shit, QAnon shit, Wayfair shit, scary shit, whatever shit, wherever the fuck you can. Do whatever the fuck this is.
I don't know. Anything's possible. There's some of them, like, I mean, yeah, I mean, she might go up to them and say hi because she loves them so much, but I know they would never.
Yeah, I mean, I think any child has an innocence about them, and that's why, this back in the 80s when I was growing up, it was, can you help me find my puppy? Yeah. Because no innocent little child is going to say no.
Right.
No,
I mean, that's possible. I mean, I don't know. Anything's possible. Yeah, words like that, puppy and stuff. Yeah.
I mean, there's people that want to take children. They use all sorts of things. Yeah. But yeah, it's just, is it possible that Summer came back outside and no one saw? Is your house layout?
I mean, it's possible she come out the back door and, because she liked to play behind the house there. We planted some roses. Her and Summer and her mother planted some roses there and some other flowers, and she likes to just play right there, especially when it's cooler out because the sun always shines right there really good. She loved to be outside, and there's many times we'd be in the house and I'd say, you guys left Summer outside alone. Go get her.
Right.
Because she didn't want to be in.
And there he goes again.
Outside.
Right.
She loved to be outside, and there's many times we'd be in the house and I'd say, you guys left Summer outside alone. Go get her.
Right.
Because she didn't want to be inside. She
Right.
wanted to be outside.
She just loved to be outside playing.
Yeah, and that's what kills me, because if she's locked away somewhere and she can't be outside and play and all this stuff, and the fright and the trauma, just the thought of all that just kills me. It really does. You know, when I get alone, the thoughts come to me more and more.
I can imagine. I mean, well, our thoughts are all with you and the rest of your family. And, you know, if you ever want to speak out and clear anything that in the future, you know, you have an open door here, and I just want to thank you. And we are praying for Summer's safe
and I appreciate
return.
all them prayers, and I just hope God answers them soon, you know, in his time. But yeah,
for sure. Go enjoy those boys, Don.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, I'll talk to you later. Thanks.
Okay, alrighty.
All right, bye-bye. All right, guys, I hope that I covered a lot of your questions.
No, you kind of put out the same story. You know, anyway, but there were some things in that. Whatever. Good Lord. Good Lord. I don't know. Said what he fucking said.
Hope God answers them soon, you know, in his time. But
for sure. Go enjoy those boys, Don.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, I'll talk to you later. Thanks.
Okay, alrighty.
All right, bye-bye.
No, he said later. He said, all right, later. Yeah, there's something to look up, though.
Here's David Dotson, the Peter Puffer. I caught him in a lie.
Oh, dear God. Whose terrible ass channel is who the fuck calls someone? Never mind. Wrap up. Anyway, this is July 11th. Wow, they really topped that out too, and holy shit, this is July 11th. Which tells me it's been done.
I do not recall a
about what happened to Grandma or where she was during that time. I know Candace was showing the officers and myself videos that they had of the boys and Summer swimming. I know they had gone swimming earlier that day. But as far as the grandmother, that I do not. I don't know any information on that.
Okay, no worries. You happened to mention a video that you had seen of Candace showing that Summer and the boys were swimming.
Yes.
Do you know, was that all of her boys, or was that the young boy we were talking about?
The video I saw was of Summer and her three brothers, but not the other young.
Was it from that day or from a totally separate time that you'd seen that video?
That's that video that she showed me was the day she showed me that day that Summer went missing.
Okay. Did she say it was taken that day or it was taken a different day?
Yes, ma'am. It was taken that day.
Okay.
They had gone out there swimming.
Okay.
Also, interesting that.
Passed. Of Peaches, the 15-year-old seat. Not the boys. I really hope they.
With the Kroger app, you can always save.
They kind of be mad, Seth. truck with the ladder bed and the about June 15th. If there's anything that you're able to share, I mean, obviously we've talked about this on many of our lives when we cover, multiple cases, but specifically with Summer, we don't want to share anything, obviously, that would do any hindrance to any form of investigation. But I am aware that were you at the home that night?
Yes. What happened is during the day, I had spent the day with my daughter and took my daughter out to eat. And about 7:30 that evening, I was at home, and Summer's mother had called me. And she said, David, we have an emergency. Summer is missing. And she was also trying to reach another one of our church members. Her name is Robin. And she was unable to get a hold of Robin. So she called me and see if I could try to get a hold of Robin for her. We were able to get a hold of Robin. And Robin and myself, we made our way out to their home. I'd never been out to their home before. I had to get the address from them. But by the time we got out there, it might have been about, maybe 8:30 or so. And there was a high police presence. There were aircraft already in the air. They had the police dogs out. There was probably about 100 search and rescue personnel, fire department already out there when we arrived.
Wow. Okay. And Robin is actually somebody that was she was like the school teacher at the church, correct? I think her and Summer were very, very close.
Yes. Robin and Summer they were very close. And Robin taught her Sunday or her Sabbath school class.
And I think that's one of the ones that Candace referred to, that Summer would always light up when she would see her at church.
Yes.
Do you and the family at this point, or you or the family, I should say, do you guys believe that Summer could have wandered off at all now that you know how much of that terrain has been searched with the dogs?
I just, Summer's dad told me that two of the dogs, and like I said, I did not hear this from the police. This is what Summer's dad, Tom, told me. He said two of the dogs picked up her scent on the driveway, and then when they got at the bottom of the driveway to where the road is, the scent stopped. Is what he told me.
So Dawn told Dotson that Summer's scent stopped at the bottom of the driveway, not the dog track. Interesting.
I really don't know. We're just baffled. And
you happened to mention a video that you had seen of Candace showing that Summer and the boys were swimming.
Yes.
Do you know, was that all of her boys, or was that the young boy we were talking about?
The video I saw was of Summer and her three brothers, but not the other young man.
Was it from that day or from a totally separate time that you'd seen that video?
That video that she showed me was the day she showed me that day that Summer went missing.
Okay. Did she say it was taken that day, or it was taken a different day?
Yes, ma'am. It was taken that day.
Okay.
They had gone out there swimming.
Okay.
Someone in chat had asked, because there's a rumor going around that Grandma Candace had left town. Is she still at the house with Candace and Don and the boys?
Yes, she is still at the house.
In that one piece, you hear him say that, Candace was showing it to him and the police.
Then I also got me this Crystal Jelly Pop lip oil. This packaging is so freaking cute, and look at that. Okay.
It's been a minute since we heard of David Dotson, but I recently saw something he said a while back about Dawn and Candace's polygraph tests. It was very interesting to me, and I wanted to share and talk about it here. Sheriff Lawson confirmed that Candace and Dawn did in fact pass a polygraph, but everyone involved in Summer's case is still a person of interest. So, just because they pass lie detectors doesn't mean they are ruled out as suspects or anything like that. Everything is still on the table. Dawn said he fell asleep during his first polygraph, and then retook it, and passed the next day. He said Candace was too upset when they asked her hard questions, and they sent her home. She went back about 3 to 4 days later, and then passed. David Dotson spoke about the polygraphs, and what he heard from Dawn and Candace. It was very interesting, because he says there was some deception in Candace's polygraph, but they just put it down to her being tired or stressed out. So, Candace told him she went back, and passed with flying colors.
Just took her lie detector test, and this is what she told me. Okay, she said that she was very tired, and the investigator who was, giving the exam to her, obviously she was just, very nervous. She did tell me that there were a couple of areas that showed deception, and they talked to Candace about it, and they said, "Tell you what, they contributed it to her maybe being tired, and she was very stressed out because they had been interviewed for hours and hours and hours." So what they told Candace to do is, said, "Tell you what, we want you to go home for the weekend, and on Monday we want you to come back." And that's what she did. She came back on that Monday, I believe it was a Monday, and she passed with flying colors.
Another interesting thing, Marnie, he did confirm for me today that both of Summer's parents did pass a polygraph test.
So even Evil Exists can't find the piece where Lawson cleared anybody. He said that they took polygraphs. Only thing I can ever find around here is Enton saying that. Weird, huh? Milo, I don't know who you're speaking to right now. Alright, so there's that. But then, and you should see the piece I found the other day where in the first days, Candace and Dawn are telling people that she was helping teach Sabbath school with Robin while he remained out there with the adults. That Candace was also a Sabbath school teacher. That was wild to listen to. I was like, the fuck did you just say? I gotta download it somewhere. It's gonna put it with some other pieces. Anyway, let's see. Alright. And she jumped right back. Let's see, in the Rogers Review, Candace says, quote, my mom says, let's rearrange and plant the flowers. And she yelled for Summer. Well, we know the boys aren't going to help us. I know Summer will, so I yelled for Summer. She was in the house with the boys. Huh. That's kind of falling off, isn't it? So I guess Summer could hear her yelling all the way from outside for her. She comes out, and she was planting flowers with us. I was holler for them down. And I got down and she went downstairs. I said, okay, and I went and hollered down the steps. I always holler for them down there. Are you sure she's done that? They said, yes, she just went down there. So I went down there and I searched. But then later on, you hear Candace change that to her. And remember when she tried to say she must not have heard the scream because her and the boys were searching the basement and the TV on? But she says she went down there and searched. And she says she called Dawn, phone, ran over, got her mom's phone, dialed 911 because her AT&T phone wouldn't work, sat here to call 911. So I called them and I told them what's going on. Before they went down and talked to my neighbors, missing shit. That at all. Just in case she did. Bullshit. Another back. Uh, uh, uh. And then her whole it doesn't even make sense. Before the cops even came out, I went down and told my neighbors, Summer's missing, we help me, blah, 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 blah. I sent the elder boys down to the creek, walkie-talkie, bullshit, blah, blah, blah. I sent them all searching, and I went out in my mom's truck. It doesn't, what, those, okay, whatever, who knows. Then went the other way, I didn't see nobody even out and about. Well, that's weird, because it seems you ran at every goddamn neighbor known to man instantly. But okay. Then when I went back in August first, checking out and it's been out back. It's another piece. And this piece was done July 21st. But July 3rd there, Dawn agrees all the neighbors been searched, RSO's checked, blah, blah. But then here she is. But what really gets me is when they were searching for her, why didn't they make the neighbors let them go in their sheds, buildings and stuff? Why didn't they make them unlock it? Some people were like, no, you can't search for property. Why would you do that? There's a missing kid. Why would you not let them search? They didn't have it. Everybody there that I know let them into every building, shed, house, barn. Even Lawson was on the news saying there weren't needed and all neighbors and community had opened up. So, I don't know, on July 3rd, I was pretty sure all neighbors have been checked. He wasn't going, I need to break indoors. And you know what? They looked good. They opened every tote right there. They even let so small look at my mom's sewer tank on her camper. And asked her, Candace was like, that hole's like an inch in diameter. Candace gestured with her thumb and index finger and, quote, how did you get that 4-foot baby in that hole, she said. Oh dear. Candace said she thought the police canines have had better success if she had been notified to corral the family's 8 dogs. Yeah, okay. Just 8. They just done some stupid underhand stuff when they brought the cadaver dogs up. Why didn't they warn me ahead of time to find a place for these dogs to go? They just brought them up. Oh, you got dogs? You guys already knew I had dogs. That didn't pan out because you got these 8 adult dogs wanting to smell these new dogs she's brought them for. So that's going to mess up. I don't know, man. It did not. It's not. That's. Summer's mother also expressed frustration with TBI. TBI kept questioning me. They asked me the same thing, wanted me to run through my whole timeline of my day. They did that like 4 or 5 times. Wow. I'm like, you guys still don't get if I was going to lie. I would think about it. It just comes out on sit here and think about what I did. I know what I did. I just spit it out to you 20,000 times. Candace said, a liar has to think up something. I passed my polygraph test. And everybody's like, oh, you failed. No, I didn't fail. The first time I did, they couldn't really do it with me because they threw me in the back of a squad car like I did something wrong and hauled me up there. I was already distressed over Summer being missing, and when they did that, so that just made more fuel to the fire and made me more upset. So by the time I got there, I was crying and shaking and just couldn't do it. Yeah, see, it's more along the lines of what Dawn and her said to me, which is different than what they told others. And you ever run into H saying she felt it, wanting to know what he said. So they told me they'll give me a few days to calm down and get some sleep and stay off your phone because that's the worst thing you can do is be on your phone. And so I did that and then I passed. It's not like I failed anything. People are, oh, she failed. No, wait. And that's not what Don said. I guess he was just throwing you under the bus like he recently did Candace shares. The only people that had to do it were me, Donnie, and Mom. All 3 of us passed. Well, then why the fuck did Don throw Candace Sr. out to the wolves on shares the other day and tell her everybody passed the Grandis and hers shows signs of deception. Fuck are you people doing over? They took the boys to a different place, someplace over by Greenville somewhere. Child advocate or something like that. Talked to the boys. Was pretty much told them exactly what I told them. I didn't even talk to the boys. All the boys had to recall was Summer coming in the house and going downstairs because they got so hooked on watching YouTube, Minecraft videos, YouTube. They took my TV because it's hooked up to my Wi-Fi. Like they're going to find something on my TV. It's like they're digging for nothing. They're grasping at straws and not really trying. Everything they did to me was backwards. They didn't shut down none of those till the next day. That's bullshit. That was a lie. I mean, nobody could have been in. I mean, literally, you can see the Roblox Prime lost in that night on 15. They didn't shut down none of the roads till the next day. I mean, anybody could have been in there. I mean, look, buddy. Interstate 10-15 minutes. Look, I just can't with this shit. It wouldn't have. Shit. They didn't shut down none of the roads till the next day. I mean, anybody could have been in that here, gone by the time they got down here. It takes them a good 40 minutes to get from Rochester or shit adding that there have been injuries. If there had been any recent contact from law enforcement. I mean, I don't know. But, oh, okay. Adding that there hadn't been any recent contact from law enforcement. I haven't even spoke to them in like 2 weeks. So, Candace in the Rogers Review says they hadn't even been in contact with them in 2 weeks. By this, Dawn saying sketchy shit by the 3rd. You'd think they'd at least tell me, update me on something. They don't even update me on nothing by July. I mean, even July 3rd, a couple weeks before this shit. Dawn saying they're pretty tight-lipped. You'd think they'd at least tell me, but they don't even update. To go check all these barn sheds that have been here for years. Anybody could be in. They already did that. I tried to get them to go check out this guy who was trying to camp out here and try to take over my neighbor's property. They're like, oh yeah, we checked him out. It's like they don't even really care if they find her or not. They already checked him out. Way big. And she knew this. That's the thing. Candace knew they had already checked out Dobbs, bro. And here she is lying to paper and being like, oh, I told him to go check him out. And blah, blah. Same shit she fed the pea out of her bills long after. Like Dobbs hadn't been. And he was trying to camp out everywhere. And had 63 campsites. And who knows? What the fuck, bro? It's because we're poor. This food looks money. I don't know, for some reason, TB, I don't believe she was abducted. Good morning, dogs. Hell no, they're lazy. Anybody came up here, they could have took her, could have fed the dogs down there or brother. These are so friendly and love everybody. They don't know strange. You lied, fucking. You what, fuck. Alright. Indeed, like, I got the receipts. Who do these people, you know what, fuck it. They're just lying to the world. It's fine. Oh, the fucking dogs, bro. The fucking dogs. Indeed, contrary to expectation, the dogs created this report like a known friend. Yep, those are my dogs. Alright, bro? At least on a couple of interviews, they're my fucking dogs. Shit. Well, theirs were somewhere fucking else. It just, Seen him on the news one time. Candace is learning president's my fuck. I know the review's up there at one point doing an interview. I had to have the Elvis go get him because it's like shit. Yeah, it's not. It's can't remember which review piece that was. So, and this is after her and I talked to her about what is. This was after Carter. I was just all kinds of crap because, man, I didn't know how close that we even lived to these freaking sex gender people. There's literally one that walked to my house in 8 minutes. Oh, this is after Squall introduced Frank falsely. Okay. But Dawn, on the 3rd weeks predating this, was certain they had checked everybody out on the registries. But here's Candace shooting this shit out after Squall introduced. I don't believe anybody anymore. I've gotten to the point where I can't trust nobody because everybody I talk to, they do something like put out more lies. Yeah, it looks like everybody else is the one putting out lies. Sure, whatever you say. And there she is. I mean, they'll get in fights because that's what brothers do. But other than that, they're always happy no matter what you've done. Why? It tells me, Mom, I feel like if I would have went downstairs and played with Summer and Chest, she'd still be here. And I said, you can't blame yourself, son. I said, nobody knows what the next day is going.
The Toys R Us. That's what. Yeah, that's what kids do. I was like, right. So, okay, watching TV. Where's Summer? Summer. Okay. Is this they're gonna attack? Okay, and help anybody. Help find her. Okay, that messaging. Okay, so you go into the house. Go in the house. Can I follow you in, or do you comfortable with that? Huh? I don't know why there was still a cat food. And is this they're gonna attack me? No. Oh, I was just I'm teasing. You. The dog's gonna attack me. So this is the scaffolding you're talking about. Yeah, that's my. Yeah. Okay, so she had them on the floor, and then he put them next to him. They weren't. No. Okay, so walk me through that. When we dropped them off, they were actually still on his lap. Okay. And did she just fall asleep next to that? Like nothing. I unbuckled her, and I said, "Come on." I said, "Mom, I'll be right back." Went in there. I got the boys, and they were sitting at the table.
And I said, come on, let's get the groceries out. And we brought them all in the house, went through them all, did all that.
And this is her, that's her swing.
That's her swing right there.
Come show me her swing. Why is this, and who's this?
That is Smoking Boots. That's my boy's cat.
And how many dogs do you have here on the property? About?
Honestly, I don't know because people just keep dropping them off.
Hi.
So she doesn't know how many dogs this one, but she knew in the review. And okay.
I know. Okay. Sorry. So this is her swing.
That's her swing.
This is her playground.
Yep.
She loved this area. Boy, you know, I'm looking at this, and this terrain, Candace, just strikes me as being so dense and just. Is that they say the dog trail? Where's this dog trail thing? That
not sure, honestly.
There's so many of them.
The dogs go in every different.
Yeah, I saw the dogs came out of the woods as we were pulling up.
Yeah.
Okay.
They do that all the time.
Okay.
That trail right there, my boys, they ride.
Yeah, as I recall, they came out of everywhere down at the bottom and were raising fucking hell on McDonough. Why? They're a bit like, oh hell. Yep. Yeah, but those dogs are like barking at anybody.
There's dirt bikes that are leaning against the truck over there.
Okay.
You can see there's one of them.
Okay.
And then
those are like 50 cc's, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one ain't. I think it's only like 25, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, they go down that trail with their dirt bikes and then come back up on the road, up on the driveway and go around and stuff.
What was it about this swing that is just so important for her?
She liked it. She just liked to swing. All the kids did.
Now, I don't want to talk about the boys right now because I know that's, you know, a tough another part of your heart, okay? And that's none of my business. I'm not here for any, you know what I mean? I'm not here to judge anybody, right? I'm here to talk about Summer and help you find Summer, okay? And help anybody find her, okay? That messaging. Okay, so you go into the house.
Go into the house.
Can I follow you in, or you comfortable with that? Huh?
I don't know what about this. It's still a cat food.
And is this they're gonna attack me?
No.
Oh, I was just I'm teasing you. The dog's gonna attack me. So this is the scaffolding you're talking about.
Yeah, that's my.
Okay, so she comes up, jumps up, and goes right in.
Yep.
Okay. How many cats? You know what? You should have like a zoo license. You know, I'm seeing all kinds of critters, which is good. Okay, where's Summer's bed?
Oh, it's in the basement.
Got it. Okay. I have much more respect for what you're telling me by standing here, and I got my little camera here, but I'm looking at this terrain, and I'm going, holy cow, she could have even. There's a million possibilities here. There's down there, and there's the road down there.
Yeah, that's the road. That's my mom's house.
Okay.
Like literally, it's.
And this right here.
Usually you can see the road because they have went through here and mowed and took down a bunch of stuff away from the power lines.
Okay.
But usually it's full up. You can't even see the road.
That day, though, how was it? Was it full up? Or was
actually,
it like
that day and a few days prior to that, they were working on this.
Okay.
So I've even come to a conclusion maybe one of them people have snatched it.
Oh, interesting.
Because they were all the way up here.
Yeah, I see those, the path down there. I see the tracks down there.
Yep.
Over there.
And they were all the way up here to my light pole.
Okay. And you told TBI all this, right?
I told TBI this, yes.
Okay. Okay. And yeah, I can see the cars going by. That is not far from your property.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a hollow down there? I mean, is there a river of some sort?
Oh, look, McDonough couldn't see the traffic. It was close, and that was, over a month after Summer vanished. the clear cutting, even as much growth as it happened during that period. He could see the tracks and the dirt left behind from the triggers. He could see the roadway. He could see traffic. You could see clear lines. So you know what? I don't care. Dogs don't exist. Clear cutting don't exist. Everybody's whatever. Even McDonough no longer remembers. It's fun. Carry on.
The creek runs all the way around the property.
And how deep is a creek? Okay, just so it's like an inch, inch or two. Okay.
You'd be lucky to get wet enough to do anything.
Okay. All right, so let's pick it up from where, and I'm going to just use this little one. Is that okay? Okay, so from where, when you got home, now she's leaning.
My mom's truck parks here.
Okay, your mom's truck's right here.
Yes.
Okay, so when she's leaning against the milk. Is she sleeping?
She was sleeping, yeah.
Okay. From exhaustion from that day?
Yeah, she was. Well, I woke her up early, and she usually sleeps till 9, 10, even 12 o'clock if I let her.
Okay. How did the milk bottles get rearranged? Hunter said he had them on the floor, and then he put them next to him.
They weren't. No.
Okay, so walk me through that.
When we dropped them off, they were actually still on his lap.
Okay.
And he put them on the other side of Summer.
Okay. So he reached over?
Yeah, he set them over there by that. What's a black tote she had in there?
Okay. Where's that tote at?
I think actually my mom's got it still in her truck. It's got a bunch of crafts and stuff in it.
Okay, got it. And now from when you pulled up, did she just fall asleep next to that?
She fell asleep, I'd say maybe 5 minutes on the road.
Okay. Got it. And then, so walk me through, you get home, you take the groceries inside. Is Don home, by the way?
No, he's not.
Okay.
Actually, I parked the truck, and I opened both doors. It's really hard with this lawnmower of his. But I opened the doors up, and I shook her. I said, wake up, we're at home. She jumped right up.
Okay.
Like nothing. I unbuckled her, and I said, come on. And I said, Mom, I'll be right back. Well, went in there, and got the boys, and they were sitting on the table. And I said, come on, let's get the groceries out. And we bought them all in the house, went through them all, did all that.
And this is that's her swing.
That's her swing right there.
Come show me her swing. Why is this, and who's this?
That is Smoking Boots. That's my boy's cat.
How many dogs do you have here on the property? Do your best, I saw. Camper?
That was my mom's plan. I literally actually rode that bus when I was a little kid.
Whenever? That's awesome. A good picture of that. Her Paw Patrol. This is so sweet. Obviously, somebody made you a cool shirt. I want to show everybody that shirt again. See, you want to let them know.
Not really, just 100%.
Okay, and now there is a rumor about these polygraph tests. Clear that up.
The first one that I took, I didn't really take it because they kind of threw me in the back of the squad car, so I was really upset and, just I was crying my eyes out.
Okay.
And so when I got up there to the courthouse, we tried to do it, but I couldn't do it.
Okay.
So we waited a few days, and then I went back and I did it, and I passed it.
Okay.
So that was that.
Okay. And then what about the rumors of this relationship?
So they threw you in the back of a squad car to go take one. Such, and by the time seems totally normal. They usually have to throw most people in the back of one of those. But, yeah. What she and such told me is when the agents were screaming at her, we know you killed her, we know you did something, etc. Threw her in the back of the squad car, took her to take polygraph. Anyway, carried on.
Relationship situation with Hunter.
Are you crazy? I got a husband and 4 kids that I love to death.
Okay, briefly.
Yes.
You said he got the...
Telling where we went and how we did it was all twisted up now.
What's different?
And then we went to Warriors.
So, and what about... He said that he asked you for... Where would a suspect have been? Trailer.
So, so I just put the pill underneath it so mom wasn't complaining.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Good. So there is a time frame.
Mountain Dew.
Okay.
I got him a Mountain Dew.
From what you remember.
Right.
Okay. So, right.
Not what I remember, it's how it was.
Okay, because you're driving.
Cigarettes and stuff like that there. And then we stopped at the hippie house and I got those cheap vapes because they're cheap there. And then we went and put my mom's prescription in. And then we went to Warriors. And then we come back to Walgreens, got mom's prescription, went to Sonic, been to Prices, then to his house.
Okay.
And that's the order.
Okay. So he had it different from what you remember.
Right.
Okay. So right.
That's not what I remember. It's how it was.
Okay, because you're driving.
That's the truth.
Yeah, you're driving.
I knew where I was going.
Okay. And what about? He said that he asked you for the tea, and that you gave him a tea.
Yeah, for nothing.
Okay, I'm just.
For a Mountain Dew.
Okay.
I got him a Mountain Dew.
Okay, where did the Orange Crush come from on the seat with Summer?
That was my mom's. She was drinking that and then didn't want more.
And what about the candy on the sheet?
Okay. Oh, that candy's been in.
Okay. Okay. And what about the pillow?
The pillow. What pillow?
Oh, she's sitting on a pillow.
Mom gets mad because if the kids get in their wet bathing suit and stuff, so I just put the pillow underneath it so mom wasn't complaining.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Good. So there is a time frame here, 2 to 5, and then she goes in, and now she's gone. What do you think happened? Where would a suspect have been, in your opinion, in this?
My opinion?
Yeah, in this area.
They could have been sitting anywhere. They could have been sitting over here, just off the little edge right here, or where the bus is, that little bushy area right there. They could have been sitting
right out here.
Yeah. And
okay, come show me. That's all right.
And I just recently found out that there was just these child molesters.
Okay.
That lived literally 8 minutes from my house. And he can literally walk.
This is something. When I went up there, she was very gracious. We talked for a little bit, obviously. Initially, she picked up right where she left off on the water hole without hesitation. And when we were driving up the driveway there, when you get up right here, and this is Casey on the case.
It's Chase.
Okay, good picture of that. Okay. And do you trade the scrap metal in for cash?
Up to North to get that from my mom's friend's house. And I drove a truck, and she drove the school bus back. 14, 15 years ago, way before I was here.
Old school bus, you turn that into a camper?
That was my mom's plan. I literally actually rode that bus when I was a little kid.
Whenever I see a school bus, I always ask that question.
I did.
Okay, tell me about it.
Me and my mom and Summer and the two boys, not Josie, you don't know it, but Wyatt and Waylon rode up to North to get that from my mom's friend's house. And I drove a truck, and she drove the school bus back.
That's awesome. This is rough terrain. Let's go look at the. Tell me about this area over here.
This is pretty much scrap metal, really.
Good picture of that. And there. Wow. See, you want to let them know. These are working hard on this.
Yep, 100%.
Okay, and now there is a rumor about these polygraph tests. Clear that up.
The first one that I took, I didn't really take it because they kind of threw me in the back of the squad car, so I was really upset and, just thought that I was crying my eyes out.
Okay.
And food and took down a bunch of stuff away from the power line. Yep.
You're over there of some sort? How did the milk When you got
wet enough to do anything.
how did through? Okay, got it.
I said, come on, let's get the groceries out, and we bought. People just keep dropping them off.
Any of them?
The dogs go in every different place.
Is just so important for her. I'm here to talk about Summer. Huh?
I don't know what about this.
Just okay. Which is Summer? Okay.
And I'm actually sitting right here. A floor plan with the toys.
Right here?
No, in the kitchen where we were just at.
Okay.
She was actually sitting on the floor playing with the toys at that time. I said, "Somebody want to help plant flowers?" And she jumped up, left her toys in us. That's cool.
Yeah, that's what kids do.
So she left her toys where she'd been sitting upstairs. The boys playing with her toys. Then when going back in, she went downstairs to play with toys instead of returning to the toys she was already playing with. Mid-game or mid-setup. Okay, there.
It's their job.
What?
Okay.
And then she put her puppies in here. She wanted Chase in there, you know?
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the police one.
Yep, that's Chase. He's always on the case.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I see another one over here.
She put him in there. Yep, you're on the cactus.
Okay. Don't take those out, okay?
No, I leave them right there.
I know.
Then we went in my mom's room. We can't get in there.
Yeah, that's fine. Went in there.
We went in there and got some candy and stuff she gets from grandma.
Okay.
And I said, well, I'm going to go back over to the house. She wanted to go back, so I said I'd go back, you know.
Okay.
And I brought her, I literally walked over to here.
And she said, well, I'm going to go back to the house. She never caught that. She tells Grandis, well, I'm going to go back to the house.
Went in there and got some candy and stuff she gets from grandma.
Okay.
And I said, well, I'm going to go back over to the house. She wanted to go back, so I said I'd go back, you know.
Summer wanted to go back, so she figured she'd go back.
Okay.
And I brought her, I literally walked over to here. Like literally walked right to here where I could see the boys and on the kitchen table.
Got them.
And I watched her walk in there. And afterwards, when she was already in there, I walked over and I said, quiet. And he looked at me and I said, watch Sissy, I'll be right back.
So after she was already in there, after she watched her go in there, and she's like, hell, I'll just walk on over there anyway. After I've already watched her go inside, now I'll walk over there and
back. And that's when I walked.
We
went in there and got some candy and stuff she gets from grandma.
Okay.
And I said, well, I'm going to go back over to the house. She wanted to go back, so I said I'd go back, you know.
Okay.
And I brought her, I literally walked over to here. Like literally walked right to here where I could see the boys and on the kitchen table.
Got them.
And I watched her walk in there. And afterwards, when she was already in there, I walked over and I said, quiet. And he looked at me and I said, watch Sissy, I'll be right back. And that's when I walked back over to my mom.
And one in particular, which I've noted before, but then she makes sure to mention the same one in the Rogers will repeat this. And then you've got Dawn hammering out, trying to get other reason. Interesting. Then, even though she wanted to go back inside, Summer wanted to go back inside. Then,
okay. And I was fixing her brace and stuff like that. And I said, well, Mom, I got to go back over with the kids. And that's when I come back up into the house.
Okay.
With the boys.
Okay. You walked into the house.
I walked into here. Yeah. Walked in here and them three were sitting right there, bro, with their eyes glued to the TV. Oh, no way. And I said, boys, where's your sister at? Well, she just went downstairs, Mom, to play. So I went over here like this, because this is where the stairs are.
Okay.
It's actually down under there.
Oh, down into her bedroom.
Our bedroom, and then hers is on the other side.
Oh, okay, in the basement.
Yeah, in the basement.
Well, this makes sense now, see?
And then I yelled, I said, Summer, Summer. And she didn't, I listened for a minute, I didn't hear nothing. So I went like this. This is how I would get down here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to put on or not.
Do I gotta be, tiny?
And she said, summer. So, Dawn on July 3rd said Candace called for Summer exactly twice. In an interview with McDonough, Candace says, I said summer. She only does it twice.
To get in there?
No, you should.
Can we come in from the other side?
Well, we can, but it makes more sense if you went this way.
Okay, I'll follow you. Oh, man.
No, if my 6-foot husband can fit down here, you can.
Huh?
My husband's 6 foot. I know if he could fit, you can.
Oh, my gosh. Way to go.
This is my husband's room.
Okay.
And over here, it's a mess again.
That's all right.
But this is where Summer and little Waylon was. Because Waylon's only 9.
Okay.
And they stayed down.
Let's just cover.
You can.
Okay, I'll follow you. Oh, man.
No, if my 6-foot husband can fit down here, you can.
Huh?
My husband's 6 foot. I know if he could fit, you can.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay. So by this point, but police have been through, etc. It's good.
This is my husband's room.
Okay.
Over here, it's a mess again.
Looks like the covering is still over the bottom of the windows. Yeah, that's fun. It's fun.
That's all right.
But this is where Summer and little Waylon was. Because Waylon's only 9.
Okay.
And they stayed down here. And these are all her toys, all her Paw Patrol,
All her movies. She's got a movie about the
The
Savior.
boys I brought back down here after she went missing because I didn't want them upstairs by themselves anymore.
And this is all her toys.
These are all her toys. All these toys that are down here are dang all hers, except for like the trucks and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the game system. That's the boys'.
Okay.
But them are all her toys.
And she's really into Paw Patrol. I see
Yeah,
that.
I've been collecting from day one. And these are all her little ponies that we bought.
Bro. See, as long as I've known to be staying at basement, when they finally, moved down in there, I'm talking like, and always, those windows have always been done like this. Those are really the only 2 windows that you would have ever been able to have a peeping Tom look through, right? But they've always been done like this, plus Candace's proof. She told me one night, she's like, oh yeah, we put the mirror stuff on it, whatever. I mean, that was whatever. But they have always been done like this. Always. And well, there you go, huh? Always been like this. Hell, peeping Tom to see through the only 2 windows unless they were 90 feet tall. Boom. There goes that. There it is. See, I thought McDonough caught a shot of that, but I wasn't sure if all that was still in all the windows or not. Because by this point, you got like cops and shit have been in. They probably wanted to clean up, not make it look like whatever, but as long as I've known, those bottom windows have been done like that. And even more so than that. especially after they went down there firmly to where it was their bedroom, all this other shit, right? Yeah, always. It's like a thing, right? No. Well, I guess that peeping Tom's goddamn Superman. X-ray vision and shit, bro. Well, she was in the basement searching with the boys and must have missed the scream. I don't know, hours, whatever, if it's near the time. Also, shit, dog trails, basement doors locked, unlocked, whatever, right? But, well, peeping Tom at 125 running right down the fucking driveway, because even the best stuff is not going to risk going to the woods running away from any instant in the middle of the night. That'd be stupid. But apparently the magical new peeping Tom that Don made up the other day, well, they ran down the same woods slash dog trail area. He says summer woods. You know, it's fine. They peeped in windows they couldn't possibly peep in. And remember, Dom's like, Candace heard him outside. Really? She could hear him outside. She couldn't hear her scream. You know what? Which, that could be explainable because of the way properties pick up sounds and from where screams originated from and stuff, whatever. No big deal there, but the magical new peeping Tom narrative. After probably hearing me say that I'd caught some in another piece that gave certain shit away, but wondering what that was, don't know. So now it suits to make that. And then to run this person down through the fucking dog trail, bro. Yeah, break. Idiot. This shit gets goofier by the minute. Goofier by the fucking minute. Alright, so just wanted to make sure I was right and that she singles out one in Roger's review plus McDonough's like I thought. And then to make sure that McDonough did actually catch some of the window coverings that were there. 18-minute mark or so, 18:57. They're there, at least some of what's left by the time everything's going through. It's fine. So, yeah, fuck it for the night. But as you can clearly hear, and I left out the bit about what, because, you know what? Hold on. I'm just gonna do it too while we're here. Let's see if it's in this piece.
Dirty Laundry, your home for true crime online. Like, share,
And you know what? Y'all can just go look for yourself on McDonald's piece, etc., whatever, because I know it's in there. Somebody's shit there anyway. About how C ran to H, wanting to know XYZ, and Allie and them say what C told them about the polygraphs, but then here, J4 in, right? This one's obviously the one that was used by WJHL as well, around July 24th.
Uh-oh. Is it more in the case with what's
these cops and everything?
they? Oh, are the kids okay?
They're fine. They're fine.
The rumor is that they were taken out of the home. Were they taken from you guys? Were they? Oh no. Yesterday?
A couple days ago.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Right now, with everybody attacking us and all this stuff going on, right now, it's probably better for that.
Was it for their safety? Like from that?
No, there's more to it than that. But
uh-oh. Is it more in the case with?
So no, not for their safety, like he was trying to feed her on July 3rd, right? It's for
these cops and everything.
Are you there?
Things and everywhere we go, they take pictures of us, and it's on and on and on. It's just never ending.
Yeah, were people still coming to the house? You cut out for a second there.
Well, yeah, we had the cops come up there the other day. I wanted Candace to do another, whatever, lie test, but I told her unless it's TBI, don't do it, because they're just trying to hem you in on something.
Is this the sheriff that wants her to do it?
I don't know for sure, but
wow.
I mean,
well, it obviously wasn't TBI, honey, or he wouldn't be like, they want her to do another polygraph, you know, and I told her no, not unless it was for the TBI, FBI. So, I don't know, man. We leave so many. Let's rewind that.
I'll cooperate fully with.
For a second there.
Well, yeah, we had the cops come up there the other day. I wanted Candace to do another, whatever, lie test, but I told her unless it's TBI, don't do it, because they're just trying to hem you in on something.
Is this the sheriff that wants her to do it?
I don't know for sure, but
wow.
I mean, I'll cooperate fully with TBI.
Have you guys thought about getting an attorney?
Yeah, we have an attorney.
Oh, okay. What does he think she should do?
What's that?
Does he think she should do it?
Oh. So, like I said from the get, Dawn told me, and so she in person, that they'd asked for more. And they weren't going to do more for him, and they were no longer going to cooperate with Hawkins. I don't know. But there it is. It backs up my shit, but that's fine. Carrying on.
I don't know. Like
Let's rewind that.
Something.
Is this the sheriff that wants her to do it?
I don't know for sure, but
wow. For a second there.
Well, yeah, we had the cops come up there the other day. I wanted Candace to do another, whatever, lie test, but I told her unless it's TBI, don't do it, because they're just trying to hem you in on something.
Is this the sheriff that wants her to do it?
Don't do it, because they're just trying to hem you in. Wow. Okay. And he says they have lawyers, just like they were telling me in person. Okay, and let me see. did this interview with her on Fourth. Diana, you're giving. I don't know, man. I don't know. Boys were taken here. You gave her this interview, but fucked off before that. This was on a Saturday. You did this with her. That would leave like 2 days in between there. Awful quick period to be given lawyers for people. They would already be telling you not to cooperate or talk to me. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Alright.
I don't know for sure, but
Wow.
I mean, I'll cooperate fully with CBI.
Have you guys thought about getting an attorney?
Yeah, we have an attorney.
Oh, okay. What does he think she should do?
What's that?
Does he think she should do it or no? Like he should be giving you guys advice. You know?
I haven't talked to him about that. I wouldn't do it unless it's, like I told her, unless it's TBI.
So they didn't even consult the lawyer. Don put his foot down and said, no, they're trying to hem you up. I'm
willing to work with them. They're more of a professional. I'm not going to go with some county trying to nail us for something we ain't done.
Now, see, this matches what I was being told in the road, that they thought Lawson and were trying to set them up. Blah, blah, blah. Distrust, which I can understand distrust, but I was like, whatever. Fuck it, if you're cooperating with the feds, I guess. Right? Because I had my own levels of things going there. But the thing is, like, he didn't even ask the lawyer. He just put his foot down. It was like, nope, they're trying to hem you up. It's interesting. Alright.
Right.
I ain't even gonna talk to
them. Right. Did she tell them that?
No, I'll tell them that at all. I mean, I wouldn't do it unless it's test, but I told her unless it's TBI, don't things, and everywhere we go, they take pictures of us, and it's on and on and on. It's just never ending.
Yeah, were people still coming to the house? You cut out for a second there.
Well, yeah, we had the cops come up there the other day.
Now look, she clearly asks about the safety. Are people still coming up there and shit? You know, the danger, right? The big bad dangers. Yeah. Like the mailman in the morning, they chased off it, and their neighbor hunting a raccoon with a flashlight out of their shit. Yeah, big bad danger. Anyway, and his response is, well, the police were up here. Oh, are they what you actually perceive as, you know what, it's...
I want Candace to do another, whatever, lie test, but I told her unless it's TBI, don't do it, because they're just trying to hem you in on something.
Is this the sheriff that wants her to do it?
I don't know for sure, but
wow.
I mean, I'll cooperate fully with CBI.
Have you guys thought about getting an attorney?
Yeah, we have an attorney.
Oh, okay. What does he think she should do?
What's that?
Does he think she should do it or no? Like he should be giving you guys advice. You know?
I haven't talked to him about that. I wouldn't do it unless it's, like I told her, unless it's TBI. I'm willing to work with them. They're more of a professional. I'm not going to go with some county trying to nail us for something we ain't done.
Right.
I ain't even going to talk to them.
Right. Did she tell them that?
No, I'll tell them that at all. I mean,
so he told YouTube before they didn't ask the lawyer his advice. He told Candace, no, they're just trying to hem you up. And he hadn't even let Candace respond to law enforcement. He was going to tell them no. So they told YouTube before they told law enforcement or even asked a lawyer. Oh, okay. Carrying on.
All of them, whatever, but it's just,
they don't want you to do one though, just her.
No, yeah, just her.
But you know, when they pulled away from her, you had to give them a response of yes or no, or maybe we'll get back to you later. I guess something, and I guess you figured they'd hear it through the grapevine on YouTube. Shit, I don't know.
Yeah, everybody's really pointing fingers at her. They really are.
Yeah, and they're all dead wrong.
And you know that Hunter's mother, Allie, and her son, these interviews, they came out there.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy came and saw you guys, didn't he? Chris or whatever? Did he come to your house? Chris McDonough?
I don't know.
Dude, there's so much going on. I had to check in with you because there's so much swirling around, and I just want to get it from you.
It's just crazy.
He doesn't know. Chris, I don't know. I don't know if he came out. I don't know. Seriously, bro? That's weird considering what Chris is saying. You know what's fun? We're going to pass by it too for now.
Yeah, I mean, she's at the end of her ropes, you know. She ain't got a friend, one, hardly, except for in church. We have a few friends, and even they question stuff. That's just ridiculous.
No, she still very much did have people that probably would have supported y'all then and helped you to the ends of the earth like Summer had. They not figured out that there was more emotions and gameplays and setups and fuckery with you people that was more realistic than any of the emotions you showed or anything on June 15th or otherwise, and you were fucking over, pointing fingers at, slinging everybody under the bus, the entire goddamn community, lying about everybody, lying about law enforcement, playing fucking games with sisters who had clearly admitted to doing that too, even to our faces, crying over money and Dr. Phil and twist, you know, nah, there was actually a few people you hadn't realized that. And well, come on, screw the pooch, bro.
Ridiculous.
So you feel like everybody's turning on her?
Everybody's turning on both of us.
On you too? Because I've heard the one lady that sat down with Allie, what was her name, Missy or Misty? She didn't say anything bad about you. She was going for Candace.
Yeah, and I don't see why. They don't have, thing of it is, they're just grasping for straws, man. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what the TBI knows. They don't know anything, nothing.
Right.
The TBI don't believe she had anything to do with it. You know, why would this? I mean, you know, a lot of parents do this crazy stuff to their kids, but Candace is not one. She loves Summer with all her heart, and it's ripping her apart.
So, yeah, with that, I want to ask, like, people are saying that she was jealous of Summer because of your relationship with Summer.
Oh, that's all BS.
You never felt like she was jealous of her and the attention you gave her? Well, I don't think she should be. I mean, that's a totally different. No, I totally agree. I think it's bizarre.
They're nuts. I'll tell you that right now. They're all nuts.
Yeah.
We're jealous of that. That's what
you gave her? Well, I don't think she should be. I mean, that's a totally different kind of relationship.
Everybody else is nuts. Everybody else is the liar. Everybody else. It's always ever fucking body else, ain't it? Especially those closest to or those with similar events they've all witnessed or communal knowledge or something. And, well, if they all come together and figure it out or, you know, all hold the same. That's the problem, ain't it? Gotta discredit them all. It's like the Pokemon, but it's the worst variety. You ain't gotta collect them all, you just gotta decimate them all, discredit them all, call them all crazy, call them all liars. You get a meth lab, and you get a meth lab, and you're a bad parent, and you do this, and so's a suspect, and blah, blah, blah. That's all you gotta do, right? Use this realm to do it.
Jealous of her daughter's love with her dad. That's ridiculous.
Right.
You get a psych ward, you get a Karen, you get a, it's fun.
You would be grateful that your husband loves you.
Yeah, she was grateful.
No.
Relief that we have is when we open our Bible and read a little bit about God's love, because that's the only love there is in this world. That's it.
That's why I wanted to call you today. I don't know if that's inappropriate because I know it's your Sabbath. I wasn't calling to bother you, but I was thinking about you, and I knew that
to do good on the Sabbath.
Yeah, and I just was thinking about you, and I wanted to check in and let you know that.
I was right. This was on that Saturday. So 2 days. Like, it's fine. It's fine. Somehow, it's
Somebody was thinking about you, and just to, see how you guys are holding up, because these interviews that I've seen.
Satan's trying to tear our world apart, and he's had a high degree of success, but we're trying not to allow him to tear us apart anymore than he already has.
That's all you can do.
But man, it looked like he was tearing you apart since you were out in Utah and you jetted back, but then you also wanted to move to Utah, but then you also wanted to, and you still want to go back to Utah recently. But Satan was out there. He was taking hold. Boy, he was attacking you. You were in a hurry to get home anyway. It's fine. It's you know what? Fuck it. Carry on.
Yeah, I mean, they come at me and said I had somebody.
Just to, see how you guys are holding up, because these interviews that I've seen.
Satan's trying to tear our world apart, and he's had a high degree of success, but we're trying not to allow him to tear us apart anymore than he already has.
That's all you can do.
Yeah, I mean, they come at me and said I had somebody, either posing or said they had the inside scoop of TBI, and that they knew that I sold my daughter for drugs. And I flipped out. I believed that stuff. I believed it. Then I flipped out. I started drinking and everything else. That's why I took our kids.
Oh, no.
But yeah, the third, you already set it up and paved the pathway for danger and safety risk and shit. And then this, it's fine too.
I'm not gonna let it happen again, though.
Yeah. I mean, I understand you're under a lot of pressure and a lot of stress. Is that why you've stayed off of Facebook? Just staying away from it?
It's just so ridiculous. You can't.
Well, you stopped posting on Facebook, so the rumor swirling around was that you had left town and you were MIA. So everybody was like, is Don around? Is Don around? Yeah. Well, I'm glad you stepped away from social media. I think that was the best thing for you.
I'm trying to get.
Yeah, you went on MIA, and then all of a sudden everybody started tweaking at vigils for your daughters with Robin and Candace Sr. in tow, and bust meth bubbles and erased cameras, all kinds of fucking weirdness. It's fun too, though, right?
Candace did the same thing, because
she's still on there.
Everything they do, it's just so ridiculous. You can't.
Well, you stopped posting on Facebook, so the rumor swirling around was that you had left town and you were MIA. So everybody was like, is Don around? Is Don around? Yeah. Well, I'm glad you stepped away from social media. I think that was the best thing for you.
I'm trying to get Candace to do the same thing, because
she's still on there.
Everything they do is just hate.
And be safe. I mean, you don't want to give anybody any ammo to twist anything at this point.
And no matter what you say, they're going to twist it around.
I know, so it's better off staying off that shit.
Yeah.
I've seen other families go through this, and it's not pretty, and it doesn't get better. It gets worse. It gets worse. You know, I just want you to know that, you know, not everybody is against you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Can I ask you though, there was a few, did you watch that interview with Allie?
I watched a little bit of it. It's so ridiculous.
It's interesting.
I thought that was odd, yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about that truck. She made a mention of a truck that you had parked by the house and that was moved.
About no truck.
Okay, I just thought that was odd, yeah.
Yeah, she's real odd. And then they said they was gonna go press charges against Candace for giving Hunter alcohol and some tobacco. And the facts of it is he stole it out of the truck. He stole something.
Wow. Did the police even talk to her about that?
Is a nervous wracking.
Oh, I don't blame her. You know, are you able to see or talk to the boys?
Yeah, I mean,
Jesus, does she ever? Hold on.
Go press charges against Candace for giving Hunter alcohol and some tobacco. And the facts of it is he stole it out of the truck. He stole something.
Wow. Did the police even talk to her about that?
Is a nervous wracking.
Oh, I don't blame her. You know, are you able to see or talk to the boys?
Candace is a nervous wreck about that. Okay.
Yeah,
but that slip there.
I thought that was odd, yeah.
Yeah, she's real odd. And then they said they was gonna go press charges against Candace for giving Hunter alcohol and some tobacco. And the facts of it is he stole it out of the truck. He stole something.
Wow. Did the police even talk to her about that?
Is a nervous wracking.
Oh, I don't blame her. You know, are you able to see or talk to the boys?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll work on all that.
All right. Well, I wish you the best with that. All right. I'll talk to you soon. All right. God bless. All right. Bye.
All right. Now, I believe in the one with Bobo where he's talked to Bobo about it. Friday or Saturday that same week. He immediately they went but in Bobo's, he told me he was not allowed to talk about the boys or anything or any of that shit. But then he runs right to YouTube and tells her everything, even though he wasn't supposed to. And prior to that, he was supposed to be staying offline, or well, he was staying offline, so those things are correlating again. I'm gonna bet by the third they've been told something. Yeah, I bet. And crazy, but not actually possible physical danger to them, and they use that. And then this dipshit goes and does the thing too, so it's a multi-pronged thing. Yeah, well, alright. Y'all. Alright. Guys, well, I'm glad you think that bucket list, but, I don't know, but, I don't know. Depends on which were there with the dogs. But, I know her favorite and others kept going to certain spots after she vanished. And that's a goddamn fact. And even the boys noticed certain shit with dogs after the day of. But there's also other things in the area with other dogs that matter that day. Who gives a shit, right? And then you combine those with past things and vanishing of certain things during weird shit. So, anyway, y'all, I'm off here for the night. Alright. And that's not the only time she says jumped right up. And for different moments. I think in the Rogersville Review she says something about jumped up from somewhere else as well. She kept using that for somewhere in a couple different situations on June 15th. Not just the backseat of the vehicle when they arrived home. Anyway, I think she jumped right out when they're talking about the water and something else. And then there was something earlier come across, and it was, she always says, well, I wanted to take a picture, or Mom to take a picture of Summer because she had her arms up sleeping just like her dad, right? But then in the video, she says, does she still have her arm up like that? Not arms, just arms. So, I don't know. And I hate watching that vid over and over. It bothers me because of what people did with Summer's image and still frames they did and tampered with from that vid. You couldn't avoid it the first days. You'd open your damn anything and we'd all be hit directly in the face with people online being sickos and adding bruises and bleeding. It's just a fucking nightmares, literally. It's one of my least favorite vids for a long time. I now still. Anyway, guys. It's Wolf 30. As you just clearly heard, it's Wolf 30. That's my key. And so, see, it's Wolf 30. It's time to shut it down. So, y'all, you ain't gotta go home, but you can't stay. It's Wolf 30. It's closing Wolf time. Alright. Anyway, obviously this vid and the last one go together. Technically the other one too, but shit, that was dedicated to Troll 30. So it's just these last two that'll really be this piece here. And I only say that really to make a marker for myself more than anything else. I'll probably put this one as Origins 2 or something. That way I know they combine later on. Anyway. Y'all, and you can thank Hikamu for that. For the two videos. Like, him and his fluffy tail and unplugging of stuff. So anyway, he's now shutting me down again, as you can hear. So anyway, y'all, I'm off here. As always, please share the DV/Universal Hand Signal for help. And as always, please share Summer's picture, information, call her by her name. It's a very tangible way to help Summer to help find her, bring her back to her community and her brothers. And also, I know it sounds wild, but hopefully I'll track down the person or persons responsible for June 15th, and by my estimation, every day since then. Okay? And by sharing information with her, photo and name, I do not mean YouTube or social media. I don't even mean any of us in, around, near, etc., because we are not end all be alls, we're not encyclopedias. We only have lived here and experienced what we've experienced from our perspective, our points of view. Even things witnessed, seen, heard, will not all be things, okay? Things will be wrong. They will not fit in. They will be nothing. Some will be, and only law enforcement, feds, etc. can say when, what, where, what. Okay? We are not information. Do not share it along with her picture and name. Only share the links to LE, TBI, FBI, local journalists, investigative journalists. Those are the information where it concerns Summer, her case, the status, the main points, possibilities. All the basics are there. You can go any day and look over at the TBI, FBI websites, and they will give you a rundown and a Q&A list and things they've answered, and all of this throughout everything. It's very easy to look up. You can see for yourselves. You do not have to go running about YouTube or anywhere else. It's all there. But the most any of us around here can hope is that, as double-edged swords, that sucks, but that something one of us sees, hears, knows, whatever, reaches another one somewhere here locally or around somewhere, and they have an aha moment from it, or they realize they held a piece of something, and it is the key or the thing, and something they didn't even realize they held, and it's the aha, and it's the thing, LE, or feds, or something neat, or it's the thing that finds other witnesses, or vehicles, or anything, right? But we are not, we're not the information seeker. That'll be law enforcement, feds, investigative, and local journalists. Alright, guys. Anyway, please do share Summer's picture, information, color by name. And because of the violence and nightmares and mutual things occurring inside that cursed ass road, you can see that domestic violence / universal hand signal for help would have done an amazing things had even I or my littles, or maybe Summer and her brothers, known about it. I didn't. We didn't. But there are others just like us, and hollows everywhere. That would be amazing, and to leave paper trails behind for once instead of leaving proof and getting help and justice and predators arrested and things long before. But the hand signal can also be used for anything from domestic violence, abductions, kidnappings, assaults, nonverbal, special needs, stroke patients, you name it. It can save lives, and it does, and it's been proven to. And hopefully one day, law enforcement agencies will kind of catch up with tech, and there'll be a way to just contact them directly and do that on a screen. For those who can't let perpetrators and predators know they're making a call, but they can tap a button, turn on live, and do that hand signal and get help. But right now, I think it's very important that we start teaching it and learning it, sharing it, spreading it, so that all know it, and that we can at least reach out to one another, friends, family, have safety contacts on the other end, and go, hey, we could tap a button, make that move real quick while somebody's back's turned, or while you're choking, or you need help, or anything, and help be gotten of whatever variety is needed. But anyway, guys, I'm off here, okay? Y'all have a good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever y'all are. Okay? Be the good pebbles and the sparks. Okay? Whenever, wherever you can. Exactly, bucket list. Elderly, stroke patients. Anybody in need. For sure. For sure. So, y'all be good pebbles, good sparks. And if you really want to help law enforcement, survivors, fighters, victims, their families, cases, you really truly have real heart and real care and real concern, and you want to go back to the days of getting real information in real time from law enforcement, families, real interviews like 2020, or people feeling safe enough to speak out in their communities around these things like they always have, without being decimated, destroyed, and headhunted by a group of crazies, junkies, and criminals, etc., going to extremes in real life, etc. If you want to go back to the normal way and not normalize this in society, and you want to go back to real information, and you really want to help these real cases and real people around them, contact your local and state legislators. Demand precision-based laws to shut these tragedy pits down, this type of shit, and make laws to where these people can be held accountable for the crimes they commit and the shit they do in real life around these things. And don't be afraid to be like, well, there's this dipshit on YouTube by the name of Goofball 3000 that's doing whatever. Trust me, feds are aware of a lot of these YouTubers' names, and they can find them. They'll also ask for links, things like that to them, blah, blah. But like a great portion of these here in this little shell group, you can even give them their YouTube name, and they will spit out their real name to you because they're well aware of who they are. So, anyway, and like I said, do make sure it's precision-based laws. And instead of the garbage that, your favorite tragedy pimps like MGL, Bullhorn, White Boy, JLR, etc. got done to everybody and every citizen in Florida, and DeSantis used after citizens voted, he used it to do a rope-dope, and instead of stopping tragedy pimps, he took everybody's, freedoms away in Florida to their right to redress and confront and whatever, complain about bullshit that government was doing. Or protest. That means the right and left, y'all. So thanks to dipshits around Tito, these little assholes here with just a few thousand subs, that's what kind of shit they can cause in chaos in the real world to your all's real lives, right? These idiots here with low counts, low subs, low views really got the entire state of Florida's freedoms taken, right and left, no matter who you support. Politically, everybody's shit's gone because real people with real heart wanted to stop tragedy pimps like these idiots, like Olivia Bullhorn, MGL, JLR, White Boy, and from their fuck shit around Petito's case and the planning of things, tampering with shit, and DeSantis used it to take care of everybody. So that's the type of harm these real low count assholes can get up to in real life. It just takes one speck of shit on a salad bar, bro. Alright? Change the world. Unfortunately. So, there's that. Anyway, precision-based laws also keep on demanding changes to these platforms. Even little ones can stop a whole lot of things. Alright? A whole lot of crimes, buffers, usage, blackmail, and little shit they get up to with you all as members and rope you into things you don't even realize you're roped into until it's too late. Alright? So anyway, guys, I'm off here for the night. Do keep all that in mind. Anyway. Watch out for these damn streets. They're treacherous. Watch the buttons. And I hear tell certain things are being rescheduled for tomorrow. I, for one, cannot wait to hear certain people speak about and I guess tell the story now for C.H. Alley and everybody else on the 15th, even though they weren't present for that either. But they, instead of C, are going to explain that and give the world the story too. Much like they have, well, everything about June 15th. So the only thing they clearly remember is that they were with a coworker between 4:30 and 5:30. But, much like everything, that is a spokesman, isn't it? Alright. So, guys, I'm off here. Share Summer's picture information. Call it back. Okay. Y'all have a good night, good morning, good evening, wherever y'all